No group in America has been more harmed by Hillary Clinton's policies than African Americans. If Hillary Clinton's goal was to inflict pain on the African American community, she could not have done a better job. Tonight, I'm asking for the vote of every single African American citizen in this country who wants to see a better future. And at the end of 4 years, I guarantee you that I will get over 95% of the African American vote. I promise you.
Donald Trump making another push for a major voting bloc. Will his words sway voters and cut into Hillary Clinton's base? Joining us now to discuss, partner at Freethink Media and co-host of the Fifth Column podcast, Camille Foster, Democratic strategist Brian Benjamin, and Republican strategist John Burnett. Great to see all three of you. Camille, first to you. Will this work?
I don't think so. I mean, look, the black voting bloc is one of the most reliable and consistent voting blocs in the country. That reliability is generally a really good quality to have in a lot of places. In electoral politics, I'm not sure it is, because regardless of the outcomes, they still overwhelmingly support Democrats. And the trouble there isn't that Democrats are ignoring them. The trouble is that Democrats have a lot of really bad ideas that don't seem to work so far as raising overall standard of living goes and improving the quality of their lives and their communities.
That doesn't seem like a controversial observation. It's demonstrable, isn't it, Brian? I mean, if you look at the cities, Detroit, Cleveland, Newark, they're disasters. Those cities are not run by right-wingers. They've been run by Democrats for generations. Like, it's not working. Why not note that?
There are definitely issues, but Trump is not the... But Trump is
they're a disaster, those cities.
Well, let's not go that far, but there are. But Trump is not the right person. Of course I have, but Trump is not the right person to make that case. I mean, if you wanted to put up Rand Paul or Jeb Bush, name anyone else, John Kasich, people who have actually, you know, have real records and have been consistent in at least trying to bring up certain conversations about unemployment and some issues, that makes sense. But Donald Trump is a joke. He's not a serious candidate.
Well, I get that people don't like Trump.
No one will vote for him.
But wait a second. But it is also true that Rand Paul and Kasich weren't getting like massive numbers of black voters on their side either. I mean, at some point, Trump aside, when is someone going to say, this isn't working, this party's not helping us, is it? Like, if it is helping people, where's the evidence of that?
Exactly. You know, I'm a firm believer in climate change. The climate change I'm talking about is socioeconomic climate change. The greenhouse effect has caused more damage in the black community from lack of good jobs, solid education, and things of that nature, and high incarceration rates. Who do we have to thank for that? Hillary Clinton.
Both parties. Yeah, we have both parties to thank for that.
Exactly right.
No, the crime bill, even Bill Clinton
Republicans push for that harder than Democrats.
Bill Clinton apologized.
As of right now, no one is doing more to derail criminal justice reform right now than the candidate for the Republican Party. And look, here's what's important. Donald Trump might be able to get a greater percentage of the black vote simply on the basis of his celebrity, but not on the basis of his policy. He is not articulating policies that, so far as I'm concerned, that seem obvious to be able to advantage people.
This election is about math. This election is about math.
Donald Trump is trying to make it about
crime. Can I ask an obvious question, Brian?
Democrats
Democrats have tried to convince black voters whose families have been here for hundreds of years that they're somehow on the same side of recent immigrants and refugees who really are actually undercutting their wages. Like, there's no debate about that.
Well, they're undercutting wages, period.
But for people at the lower end of the income scale,
not all Americans are on the
hold on,
let me make a point. Not all African Americans are on the lower end of the
I'm not saying that, of course. I'm merely saying, why should your average black voter look at refugees who are resettled here and get all this panoply of government programs and say, I'm on the same side as you? I don't get that.
The Democratic Party, since the 60s, has been very supportive to African Americans, unlike the Republican Party, who has even refused to talk to us. And so, until Rand Paul, Republicans weren't even coming into African American neighborhoods to have conversation. Why would I vote for someone who doesn't even dialogue with me when I have folks in the Democratic Party?
Here's a guy who's trying. Does he get any credit for this?
He's not trying. That's not real trying. That is pandering and commenting in all right.
We're almost out of time.
Democratic policies have held blacks down.
And what have Republican policies
have held blacks down?
Republican policies done?
I'm sorry. Held blacks down.
I'm hearing we're gonna get cut off here.
It's ridiculous.
They pushed them out through gentrification, and you know that from Harlem.
Come on, Tucker.
This is going to continue in the commercial break. Gentlemen, thank you.
Please, Tucker.